The door slides open. Pete, the pedestrian, we'll call him. Pete is the lead guitarist of the band. Let's come up with a name for this band right quick. We'll call him the Screeching Teeth. How about that? So Pete steps off and goes, "Later, dudes." The van driver is so impaired, he falls asleep at the wheel, okay? So the van is just stuck there. 1 and 2 is not going to try to pass the van after what happened in the last case. So they're just stuck there too. Pete starts walking to his house, which is down here. He hears a familiar voice from across the street. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's Kimmy, his ex-groupie lover. And Kimmy's saying, "Pete, is that you? I've been waiting for you all night." And Pete says, "Who is it, man?" And she says, "It's me, Kimmy, your ex-groupie lover. Don't you know this story by now?" And Pete says, "I'm not going over there, man, because you're going out with Bob now, because he's a better guitar player than me." Kimmy says, "Please come over, Pete. I have some drugs." He goes, "Done that, been there." She says, "I have some penicillin from the free clinic." And he says, "I'm doing that right now." And she says, "Pete, I have some gumbo on the stove." Now Pete's got to cross the street. If you never had gumbo, you'll know why. Pete starts crossing the street, his guitar case in his hand, his eyes fixed on Kimmy and her beautiful gumbo spoon. He makes eye contact with this driver, number 1. Like, "Can I cross?" And number 1 says, "Go ahead, cross in front of me, Pete." Please keep in mind, everybody, that driver number 1 has already witnessed several accidents. He's bad luck, man. So Pete is walking in between the van and car number 1, his guitar case in his hand, and as he's staring at Kimmy, guess what? Here comes over the hill car number 3. Car number 3 has gone 35 miles per hour in a 35 zone. Sees Pete a little bit too late. Slams on the brakes. Skids almost 100 feet. Hits Pete so hard that Pete flies up over Kimmy's roof. Dead. Everybody on the van is watching all this, and they all go, "It's good." Like that. That's cold. I'm sorry. Who is at fault in this fatal crash? Is it the van, number 1, number 2, number 3, Pete, Kimmy, the driver of number 1, right? Or is it the manufacturer of the guitar case? Go ahead and discuss it. This is the hardest one. You probably won't get it, so let's just go ahead and answer. Who says it's the van? The van? Who says car number 1? Who says car number 2? Who says car number 3? Who says Pete, the pedestrian? Really, that many people?
He was jaywalking.
The answer is Pete. You got it right, Pete. Nobody ever gets that right. Let me tell you, I hate to laugh about Pete. He's dead and everything, but listen. Pete is walking between 2 stopped vehicles. This is a non-chargeable fatal crash. Here's the deal with pedestrians. Believe it or not, pedestrians must maintain their own safety. A pedestrian properly is supposed to go to an intersection, wait on the corner until cars stop for them, make eye contact with each driver as they go, and walk briskly across the street. That's the rule. Now, it is true that if, as a driver, you're supposed to always try to avoid the pedestrian, to not hit him, okay? But here's a guy that this person couldn't even see. 3 was going 35 in the 35 zone. They did skid. They did try to stop to avoid the pedestrian, right? They didn't try to hit him. So this is a non-chargeable fatal crash. Validation question number 24 is A, is an apple.